Hello and welcome to episode 143 of the SockBunny Knit and Fit video podcast. My name is Kimberly, also known as SockBunny, and I'm recording in sunny Florida in the United States of America. I'm recording my phone today, so I'm hoping that doesn't throw me off too much because I have to look at a different spot on my phone than I do on my webcam, so hopefully I won't keep looking in the wrong spot. Today is Monday, November 2nd, 2015. I am SockBunny on Ravelry, Instagram, Twitter, and now I am also back on Facebook because I had given it up for Lent earlier in the year, but I decided to go back on Facebook. But I'm not going to be playing any Facebook games because that is where my worst time vacuum is. And I also have a Sims YouTube channel. It's called SockBunny Sims, and I just recently started a SimCity 5 actually, Let's Play. So if you've ever been interested in playing that game, or if you've played it in the past and you want to check that out, please do. I also currently have a Sims 3 Castaway challenge going on, and also a Sims 4 challenge going on. So it's a lot of fun over there on the Sims channel. And again, that's SockBunny Sims. And I yesterday reopened my Etsy shop, and that's at sockbunnystudios.etsy.com, and that's where I have hand-dyed yarn and fiber. Right now it's all yarn, but I will be dyeing some fiber soon. And I had a custom order recently for 80 skeins of yarn, so I'm in the process of dyeing those. That's a lot of yarn, and I can't tell you yet who did the custom order, who requested the custom order, but I will be able to tell you probably in a couple of months. So that has been a lot of fun. It's been fun to be back with dyeing. I had stopped dyeing mainly because the paperwork is a real nuisance to me. I just don't enjoy the paperwork aspect of it at all. So my husband, who happens to be an accountant, said that he would help me with the paperwork, so that will help me a lot with that. In the last episode, I had a surprise visitor, Denise from the Knitting Den podcast, and she had come to Florida as a surprise, sort of a last-minute girls' getaway, and we had a really nice time. We went to Orlando the day after we recorded that episode. We went to Orlando, and we went to Universal and Islands of Adventure, mainly to see the Harry Potter portions of those parks. And we also went to, on that Wednesday, we went to Downtown Disney, which now has been renamed to Disney Springs, and did some Disney shopping, so that was really fun. And it was just a really nice girls' getaway with Denise, and Denise was super fun to be with. If you've ever watched her podcast, you know she's fun. So thank you, Denise, for a great time away. And so what are we going to talk about today knitting-wise? That was a big, long introduction, wasn't it? So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the dishcloth along that we have going on, finished objects, works in progress, the SockBunny Retreat, which is in February, upcoming events, fitness, stash enhancement, tips and tricks, what I am watching and reading, and favorite things. First, though, we need to talk about, we have 2 unclaimed Sockstravaganza prizes, and on this channel, my way of doing prizes is you have 30 calendar days to claim your prize or redraw a winner. So 2 prizes were not claimed, and I put everything over here. Pumpkin was sitting next to me, and normally I pile everything. There's like a credenza middle section here. And I was going to pile everything here, but then he was sitting here, but then he just got up and moved when I started recording, probably because he knew I was going to grab him and start yakking with him. So anyway, so I'll have to do a little bit of reaching and grabbing today. So we have 2 prizes that were not claimed. So the first one is some green flower stitch markers donated by Carrie from Sunny Shop, and she's another Florida indie person here. So these are the... Oh, and it's backwards because I'm on my phone. I apologize for that. I don't know. I think I can fix that in editing. If not, I apologize, but there you go. So the winner I redrew, and the winner for these is Beagle Mom Knitter, who is Angela in Virginia. So Angela, contact me and send me your address, and I will mail those out to you. And also we have some yarn from Dharma Dye Works, donated by Nulabula in the colorway Shepherd's Delight. This is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It's a little bit lighter than what you're seeing there, but it's really, really pretty. And so this is going to Knit Graham, who is Marcia. I hope I'm saying that right. Marcia or Marcia. Marcia, I think. Sorry. in Massachusetts. So you guys contact me with your addresses and I will send those out to you. And remember, you have 30 days from today is November 2nd. So let's say by December 2nd you need to contact me. All right. I got a note from Deborah Tomasello, and she is a colorwork fiend. And she has a Ravelry store where she has a lot of colorwork patterns. And if you might remember, way, way back, she even designed a colorwork hat with my bunny John John on it, which I have moved up in my queue to be knitting probably right after the new year. Anyway, she sent me a note. And really quickly, I'll just read it to you. My favorite cookbooks are those little spiral-bound booklets that local groups have compiled. They contain so many yummy, time-honored traditional family favorites. I have a lifetime of collections from church groups, community groups, PTAs, etc. Thanks to the advancement in technology, we can now easily make a global collection. I thought it would be great fun for our large, diversely cultured Ravelry family to put together a collection of our favorite recipes. One thing we knitters love in addition to fiber is food. So basically she's compiling an ebook, and anybody can download it for free, and if you want to contribute, contact her at I think this might be right, coedeborah@aol.com. I'll put this information in the thread for this week's episode, and this week is episode 143, I believe. Yes. So if you want to contact her, I'll put the information in this week's thread. I think that's a really cute idea. All right, let's talk about the dishcloth along. We're having a dishcloth, dish towel, knit along, crochet along, and weave along in October, November, and December. And now I noticed that some people had put multiple dishcloths in one post, but what you need to do if you want to have a better chance of winning prizes is put each dishcloth in separate posts. So if you've done that, go ahead and edit your thing, and you can post it multiple times. Even if you take a picture of 3 dishcloths at the same time, you can post that same picture 3 different times in 3 different posts, so you have a better chance of winning. Also, right before I podcasted, somebody asked me the question if they can submit, you know those things where you take a regular dish towel and then you knit or crochet the top of it so that hangs on your refrigerator door, your stove door, and I said yes to that, and I will amend the rules. Let me make a note to myself, otherwise I will forget. So I'll amend the rules that yes, you can submit where you knit or crochet the top of a towel to make it into a dish towel, because I think that's a great idea. All the rules are in the SockBunny group on Ravelry, and I wanted to mention again the prizes that we have going on. From me, I'm donating 2 different times any $5 or less any dishcloth or dish towel giftable pattern on Ravelry. It has to be a dishcloth or a dish towel. So if there's something that you've been looking at that costs money, this is your chance to win it. Girldale, my friend here in Tampa, is donating 3 sets of 10 handmade stitch markers. Tigger Girl is donating a book called 52 Weeks of Dishcloths by Knit Picks. Sundaisy 920 is donating any $10 giftable Ravelry pattern of your choice. And it can be any pattern, not just dishcloths. And she said you can also do 2 patterns that are $5 each, or any combination that adds up to $10. And Nula Bula is donating your choice of yarn from her awesome Etsy shop, which is Dharma Dye Works. And I will link, well, these are already linked in the prize thread, or the finished objects thread, but she's the one who dyed this lovely yarn, so you'll get to choose any yarn from her shop, and she's going to send it directly to you because she's in Ireland. Alright, so Ireland, right? I think so, yes. Oh my gosh, don't go by my memory, but I'm 99% sure. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. Alright, let's talk about finished objects. This one I think I showed you guys, but it goes hand in hand with another thing, so I can't remember if I showed it last time or not. I can't remember. So anyway, I made another twisty goo, and the lighting in here is not great right now. I made another twisty goo. I think a couple of episodes I had finished a red one, and this one is going to a Catholic missionary who lives in Ohio. And if you've been watching a while, you know my older daughter Sarah is a Catholic missionary in Chicago. And this woman she actually asked me to make her a purple scarf, but I'm making her a hat and mittens to go with it. She actually taught at the high school that the girls went to in Rhode Island, if you'll remember way back. She is also a consecrated religious, or as I say, Catholic missionary. So she actually requested a scarf. The ends are not woven in on this, but I did also make a matching scarf. Now this is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, and this color is very dark. In fact, I messed up on this hat like 5 times and had to rip back rows because it's so dark. I really, even in the bright Florida sunlight, had trouble with this dark yarn. So this is this is Twisty Goo by Lisa, who is Fiber Nymph. It's a free pattern. I believe I'm pretty sure it's free. It's got some buzz on it. And I love, 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 love. This was such a fun knit. Even when I had to rip back, it was such a fun knit. And this is the One Row Hand Spun Scarf by Stephanie Pearl McPhee, or Yarn Harlot. And this was my second time knitting both of these, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. And then, oh, I don't have it with me. Oh yeah, I do. All right, so I have a little tip. This is not an official tip from Tips and Tricks section, but when I was knitting this, and like you have it in your lap and you turn it and it keeps like getting twisted around and around and around. And let me turn this light on, see if it helps any. No, not really. See if it sort of gets twisted around. It was annoying me. So what I did, this is sort of jerry-rigged, I guess you could say. I rolled it up like a cigar, and then I put a hair tie around it so that only a few inches were hanging down, and then it could hang easily. It didn't drive me crazy. So I just took it, put this hairband around it like this, and then knit on it so that so when I turned it, I didn't have this big thing that kept getting twisted up. So take that for what it's worth. That's just a little handy. Oops, I just flung that across the room. Oh, Pumpkin will find it later. He loves hairbands. All right, so those are going to Maria in Ohio. As soon as I finish the mittens, which I will start I'm going to do the fried chicken mitts again for her. I had made those already and gifted them to somebody else, so I'll be making those again. All right, so that is our first 2. Oh, and I knit both those continental, which I am super proud of myself because I've been really working on my continental knitting. As I mentioned before, I have a garment that I want to make, or a shrug type garment that has seed stitch in it, and so I've been practicing my continental knitting, and I've really come a long way. I'm still struggling with doing it on finer yarns. Worsted I've got down pat, but finer yarns I'm still having trouble with tension. I might have to hold it differently, I think, in order to get my tension the way I like it, so we'll keep working with that. Speaking of knitting things in continental, I also finished a dishcloth that I did continental. Also still need to weave in the ends on this. This I wanted to practice my seed stitch and just regular knitting, so I did, as you can see, the top part and the bottom part are just regular straight rows of knit, and the middle part I did seed stitch. If you don't know what seed stitch is, if you're a beginner knitter, or if you just don't know, it's knit 1, purl 1, and then on the opposite row it's the opposite, so it creates this awesome texture. And this is going to be a gift. Rachel's boyfriend Thomas's parents requested more dishcloths because I had given them some for Christmas last year, and they asked for more dishcloths. So speaking of dishcloths, I have another one done, which will also probably go to them. And this yarn I think was either Lion Brand, or I had one time a long time ago before Peaches and Cream got bought out. I had gotten like a grab bag of mill ends, and I think this might be from that. But either way, it doesn't really matter. This I believe is Bernat. So it sort of reminds me of Mexican food. So anywho. And then, let's see, is that it? That's it for finished objects. Yes. So that scarf has just been weighing on my mind. I really want to finish it. In Ohio right now, it's in the 50s, so it's not freezing, but I do want to get this to her as soon as possible. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. Speaking of charity knitting, which I consider that to be charity knitting, several of you have asked me to ask Sarah. I keep trying to look in the right place. Right there. Okay. Several of you have asked me to ask Sarah if the consecrated or Catholic missionaries, as I like to call them, need anything knitted, and so she asked all the different women in and I think most of the communities that live here in the United States, because I know there's like one in Washington, one in New York, Ohio, Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago are the ones I can think of. So she did send out messages to them, and we did get some requests back. I'm going to create a thread in the Ravelry group. If you want to knit or crochet something for somebody that they have requested, just contact me, or actually in that thread, just say, I want this person, and I'll make this thing. What I'm going to do, instead of you sending the items to me, I'm going to cut out the middleman, and you're going to send them directly to the person you are making it for. And once you have the item finished, I'll send you their address. And I don't want to post the address on public forum because for their privacy. Not that you couldn't Google it and find it if you wanted to, but you know, just for their privacy. So I will, and I need to write myself a note. What did I do with my pencil? Oh no. Oh no, I lost my pencil. Oh well, it's probably wherever my marbles are. Anyway, alright, I'll probably remember to do that. I need to do that anyway. So go to the SockBunny Ravelry group, look for the thread that has who wants what, and then just contact me. Alright, works in progress. I only have one work in progress because it's been the only other thing I've been working on other than that scarf, because I've been trying to get the scarf done. So these are what I call my October socks, because as you might remember, I have brown bags full of yarn, which I only have, I think, a couple, 2 or 3 more in there, and then I'll have to start over with brown bags, or maybe just next year I'll take the year off from brown bags. But last time I was working on this sock, last time I showed it to you, I was working on this sock, and when I finished the first sock, I didn't have a darning needle with me. I was out and about, so I took these safety pins and I just put a pin in each row at the end, and so I will sew those together. And these, oh, by the way, these safety pins were gifted to me by Julie, who is Crow Julie on Instagram and Ravelry. So thank you, Julie, for those. And so the first sock, if you will remember, if you've watched the last time I showed it, I'm purling into the green stitches. So basically when green stitches are on my left-hand needle, I purl into those stitches. But I'm only doing that on the cuff, not on the foot. I don't like patterning on the foot very much. So I'm on the second sock, and you can see it really makes those green stitches pop a lot. This yarn is Lion brand. You could buy it at a lot of the big box stores. It's Lion brand Sock Ease. Lion brand. It's backwards for you guys. Sorry. Unless when I change this from my phone, it switches it around. We'll have to see. I don't know. And I have it in my bag, which is perfect for, well, was perfect for October. And this is by Stolen Minutes. And again, it's backwards. Anywho, so that's what I've been working on. I'm on the second sock, and I might take November and December off from knitting socks because I really have, I normally don't do gift knitting because it stresses me out, but I do want to make a couple of Dalek hats, one for my daughter Rachel, who I know does not watch this, but she knows she's getting it anyway, and also my friend Michelle, who is my knitting mentor who lives in Massachusetts. I'm going to be making her a Dalek hat. So I want to do those, and I also want to make a bunch of dishcloths for Thomas's parents. Other than that, I might make like some little Christmas tree ornaments out of crochet cotton. Other than that, I think that's it. I don't think I'm going to be making any other gifts. I don't like holiday gift knitting unless I start it like in July or August. Okay, let's talk briefly about the SockBunny Retreat. It's February 4th through the 6th in 2016. It's only 3 months away. And all the vendor slots are full. The 5 vendors are Daisy Knits, and these are all on Etsy. Daisy Knits, Rainstorm Studios, Bead Sisters, Slap Your Llama, and my shop, SockBunny Studios. And also, I'm going to open the Saturday market to anybody who wants to attend, and the time is going to be from 2 to 4 if you want to pop in and shop, and there's no charge to come to the vendor market if you want to come to that. I did receive some door prizes already, and one of the things I received a while ago, actually 2 of them, and just never got a chance to show them, and another one I just received this weekend. So first, from Marianne, who is Monkey's Mom won on Ravelry. She sent, which I think is super generous, 2 skeins of Socks That Rock yarn. And I think she said she got them when she went to Rhinebeck one time. So these are 2 door prizes that we will have at the SockBunny Retreat. So thank you. She also surprised me. On Saturday, I got a box from Amazon. I'm like, I haven't ordered anything. So anyway, I got this book, and she sent one for me and one for a door prize for the retreat. And it's called Knit, Purl, Pray. And I pray this is not backwards. By Lisa Bogart, and it's 52 devotions for the creative soul. And I just think it's such a really cute idea. So I'm going to start mine on Saturday. And oh, there's even knitting patterns in here. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even notice that. So, like here, there's a hat pattern in the back. That's really cool. So thank you, Marianne, so much. Marianne is coming to, I hope I was saying your name right. Tell me if I'm saying it wrong. But she's coming to the retreat in February, so I am looking forward to getting to meet her. And what else is going on? I think that's all I want to say about the retreat, except I do need more door prizes. I have been soliciting door prizes from people, but if you have an Etsy shop or an Artfire shop or any kind of indie business and you want to promote it, a good way to do that is with door prizes for the retreat. And also will be showing them on here, and all the attendees are going to get a list of everybody who donated door prizes. So if you want to do that, let me know. Even if you just want to put something in all the goodie bags, or if you want to do a door prize, or whatever you want to do, I'm very open to stuff like that. So just contact me. Let's see. Upcoming events. Knitopia. I will be spending a whole bunch of time with Tina from the Knitting Blooms podcast, and that is April 13th through the 24th in Michigan. And the goal was to knit stuff for myself to wear, because I'm going to freeze my hiney off because I'm a Florida girl through and through. That hasn't worked out yet. Every time I've started something for somebody else, I end up giving it away. So that's okay. I have plenty of knitwear. I just didn't want to look like a hobo, but if I have to look like a hobo to be warm, I will do it. Okay, fitness. We have a fitness along in the SockBunny group, and any day you work out at least 30 minutes or do 10,000 steps, you get 1 entry per person per day, and I draw 1 winner a month. I'm going to draw the October winner next episode, though, because I wanted to make sure everybody got all their October stuff in. And you get to choose up to a $10 giftable pattern on Ravelry. I started something called the Whole30 on September 27th. And last Monday, the 26th of October, was day 30 for me. Now, if you don't know what it is, I have the book here. I recommend checking it out from your library if you're interested in this, or just really go to Whole30.com, and a whole bunch of stuff from the book is on their website. You could actually start the Whole30 without even buying the book, but I recommend buying the book, even if it's just for the recipes. All these green tabs you see here are recipes that I'm trying, and I don't cook. I strongly dislike cooking. So this has been a real challenge for me, because I basically have had to cook all my meals for the last, well, since I started Whole30. And I can tell such a difference in how I feel. Before I started the Whole30, I had a feeling that some things that I were eating were causing me to have like inflammation through my whole body and some other health issues. And so I went without those things. I've also, basically, you go without sugar, milk, beans, soy, corn, peas. Oh, there's some other things that I'm forgetting, but you just do without those things for 30 days, and then you start reintroducing them. So I've reintroduced beans. That did not go well. I reintroduced milk. That did not go well. My next thing I'm going to reintroduce is soy. I'm actually going to do a whole video separately when I get done reintroducing things, talking about my Whole30 experience. But I do have to say that without adding any extra exercise, and in fact, the first 10 or 12 days, I didn't exercise at all because I felt horrible when I was coming off of sugar. So I lost 12 pounds just from, I'm sure a lot of it was from cutting out the things that were causing my inflammation, and also from cutting out sugar. So I haven't been eating sugar. And people always say if you don't eat sugar, you don't crave it. And that has been pretty true. The only time I really have a hard time is when I'm sick. Like this weekend when I was having a bad experience from drinking milk, I really wanted to drink a Coke just to feel better. And I didn't because I know that it would have made me feel better for maybe half an hour. And then one, I would have beat myself up emotionally about it. And second, I would have had to kick sugar out of my system again. That's not worth it. So honestly, that's really the only time that I struggle with cravings is when I'm not feeling good. The rest of the time, I don't really even care. Like on Halloween, I did not miss eating Halloween candy. I could sit here and think about eating a candy bar and sort of experience what it's like, but I honestly have zero desire to eat sugar again because I don't ever want to have to do sugar detox again. That was horrible. So I recommend checking this out from your library, or if you want to, buy the book. I think I got it for $18 on Amazon. The recipes are really good. As I was starting to say, I don't cook. I do now, obviously, but in the beginning of the cooking section, they even have like how to do your basic things, like how to boil eggs. If you don't know how to boil eggs, don't feel bad because a lot of people don't know how to boil eggs. How to poach eggs. They explain why you should not eat the certain things that they think you should not eat and so forth, and then as you reintroduce them, you can choose, is this worth it for me to go through this kind of thing? But they do have, like I said, they have section on, like I made their chili, their classic chili from here. It was so good that my younger daughter, Rachel, who also does not cook, asked me for the recipe. So, it's really, just like I said, for the, recipes and how to cook section. I know, that's so sad. I'm 49 and I barely know how to cook, but that's by my own choice. It's not like my mom didn't try to teach me. I was just very stubborn. I will admit to that. But like how to make perfect grilled steak, hamburgers, how to cook chicken the correct way. That's something I never really understood. I was always afraid to cook chicken because I was afraid I was going to poison myself. And speaking of that, this past week I've been watching something on Netflix called Worst Cooks in America, and it's got Chef Ann Burrell and Chef Bobby Flay, and I love Bobby Flay. I think he's awesome. I used to watch Food Network obsessively, even though I don't cook. And my husband used to make fun of me and say, well, why are you watching cooking shows? You don't cook. And I'm like, well, you watch a lot of football, but you don't play football, so hush. Anyway, so it's got Ann Burrell and Bobby Flay on there, and they find the worst cooks in the United States. And some of these people are so bad in the kitchen. They make me look like a 5-star chef. So it's actually a pretty funny and entertaining show. I highly recommend checking it out. I watched 3 seasons, like, obsessively back to back. So, and I actually learned some things. So, all right. So that's as what Whole30 is, how Whole30 is going. If you have any questions, let me know. And I did create a new fitness poster. I had started one, but then when I started Whole30, I stopped working out for a couple of weeks. So I decided to start a new fitness poster. And I happened to find out that after Whole30 ended, and between that time and when the retreat starts in February was exactly 100 days. That was great. So what I'm doing is I am paying myself to work out. And any money that I earn during this time, during the Whole30 Plus, I'll show you in a second, the poster. Any money that I earn here is going to be money I could spend guilt-free at the retreat in February. So, yay! So, the poster is orange. I know, Girl Dale, you love orange, right? So, I did complete all 30 days of Whole30. So, that is $30 right there. Each sticker is $1. So, then I have 4 categories. And you can see there's 25 days on each row, so that's 100 days down here. There are 4 categories going across. It'll probably be backwards for you. What they are is Whole30, meaning am I following the Whole30 plan, including reintroducing things, but mainly for me, meaning don't eat sugar and don't eat things that you know bother you. So at this point, I'm not eating sugar or milk or beans for sure to get a sticker. If I find something doesn't bother me, like on tomorrow I'm reintroducing soy. If soy doesn't bother me at all, I can eat it. I'm not going to eat it every single day, but I can eat it and get points for it. So, as you can see, this last week these 2 days was when I was recovering from milk. Friday, it's weird because when I drank the milk on Friday, I didn't feel sick at all, but the next 2 days I was so sick. I finally just now today have recovered from drinking milk and eating cottage cheese and stuff like that on Friday. So my 4 categories are Whole30, doing 10,000 steps, which again I did not do the last 2 days, going to the gym. I have to actually physically go to the gym to get a sticker for that. And the next one is taking a class. Now the taking a class can be at the gym or it could be like a video on YouTube, but for me it has to be at least half an hour to count. So let's say I do a half-hour yoga video on YouTube. That counts as taking a class. I get double points, of course, if I go to the gym and take a class at the gym. So, but I mean, I could go run at the gym and then come home and take a yoga class. So it's up to me how I want to do that. I'm trying to get myself to go to the gym more often and get back into going to spin class because that's what really does it for me. It gets me the runner's high, as they say. So that is fitness. I think that's everything I wanted to say about that. Yes. All right. Stash enhancement. This is thanks to my friend Girldale, and she found a good source. And I don't know where she bought these. If you want to ask her, she's Girldale on Ravelry. But the colorway that everybody has been raving over lately is called Blue Tit, which is a English bird. This is made in Yorkshire by West Yorkshire Spinners in England. It's www.wyspinners.com, and this is the colorway Blue Tit. And it's like everybody and their brother has been knitting this. So, and this one, I can't remember what it was called. And I don't think the name is on here. It gives you numbers, but it doesn't give you the actual name. So I don't remember what this one is, but it's black and, gray and red. I love gray and red together. Love, love, love gray and red together. So these will be socks soon. Maybe instead of doing brown bags, when I cast on my next pair of socks, I'll pick one of these. Or Girldale and I were talking, because Christine Willow Rose also ordered some of this, and we were thinking about starting these in February. So if Girldale and Christine, if you could remind me, are we starting these in February at the retreat? I think that's what we had decided to do. So if you want to join in on that, you have plenty of time to order it. And again, if you want to ask her where she ordered it, you can ask Girldale on Ravelry. Alrighty, so that's my only stash enhancement. Okay, tips and tricks. As you know, I just raved about Whole30. One of the things in Whole30 is that you do eat a lot of eggs. If you want to. If you're allergic to eggs, obviously you would not eat a lot of eggs. I like eggs. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos on Whole30. And one person had the top 5 things that she couldn't live without doing Whole30, and she showed this item that I didn't even know existed, and I had to go out and get one. I got mine at Walmart. It's an egg cooker. So I got mine at Walmart, and this is what it looks like. They sell them at Bed Bath & Beyond. They had a bigger one. This one I think was $14. They had a bigger one at Bed Bath & Beyond that I think was $40, but it cooked way more eggs at once. I don't need that many eggs cooked for myself because it's just me eating them. Joe doesn't eat eggs. So it's, excuse how it looks, we have hard water here, so that's what you're seeing if you see any brown. But this is what it looks like. And if you're boiling eggs, making hard-boiled eggs basically, or soft-boiled, you put an egg in here. And basically what you do is you have this little measuring cup, and it has a... Okay, the recording just cut off for whatever reason. So anyway, it has a little needle at the end, and you puncture the top of the egg, and you can make between 1 and 6 hard-boiled eggs. And what you do is you measure how much water. There's little indicators on here how much water you put in here to cook it, and then you plug it in, you push this button, you put the lid on, and it cooks eggs for you. It does poached eggs, which it has this little tray. You can do poached eggs. It does them really well. It does hard-boiled eggs, soft-boiled eggs, medium-boiled eggs, and also you could do an omelet. There's another tray like this one that doesn't have the divider in here, and you could do an omelet, and I've been using this egg cooker almost every single day. And like I said, I didn't even know this item existed in the world, so I wanted to share that as my tip and trick, that you could buy an egg cooker at Walmart. So if you like to eat a lot of hard-boiled eggs, but you don't really know how to cook them well or whatever, or you just want something, I mean, this is something you could actually take to work and put in at your desk at work. So I just wanted to share that little tip and trick, and that one is made by Dash Go, or by Dash Go. All right, so that's the tip and trick. And what I am watching and reading. I think since the last time I talked about what I was watching and reading, I was still watching Buffy, but I finished Buffy the Vampire Slayer and won't be watching it again. It was just too corny for me. And I like Star Trek, so that should tell you if it's too corny for me. I hope I'm not offending any Buffy fans. I don't want to do that because I know Buffy fans are just as rabid as Star Trek fans. So I also have been watching, I started rewatching Star Trek in order, and I don't think I brought the list with me, but Girl Dell told me about a list, yeah, I didn't bring it with me, where you can watch every Star Trek episode by star date. So maybe I'll talk about that more in the next episode. So I started watching that Enterprise over again, and I'm also watching Doctor Who from the beginning. So I'm on season 2 with David Tennant, who I love. Christopher Eccleston, I really did like him as the Doctor, and I'm very sad that we did not have him for more than one season. But yeah, so I started watching Doctor Who over again. All right, favorite things. I actually have 2 of them. First, I wanted to show, you probably saw him sitting back here. This is something Denise bought me when we went to Downtown Disney, or Disney Springs as they call it. This is Thumper from Disney's movie Bambi. So I picked him up and I had decided I was going to get him, but Denise insisted on buying him for me, and he gives really good hugs. And yes, if you're wondering, he does make my stuffed bunny John John very jealous. Not purposely, John John's just the jealous type. So thank you, Denise, for that. Again, put him over here. And next, my next favorite thing is I bought a netbook, and that is basically a computer without a hard drive that you use to go on the internet. Mine is from Lenovo, and it is let's see what it is. It has Windows 10 on it, but it has a very, very small amount of storage on it. This is the IdeaPad 100S. I had a tablet, a Samsung tablet, but I wasn't using it because I didn't like typing on the tablet. I like an actual keyboard. This has an actual keyboard on it. So I originally went and got something that was sort of like a Microsoft Surface, and it had a touch screen and everything, but I didn't like it because it ran hot and it was sort of heavy from the touch screen. This is super light and will be super good for traveling and just sitting and watching TV and going on the internet. So basically you could use it for like Google Docs and stuff like that. I think you can actually get Microsoft Office on here also, but I'm not going to do that because I use Google Docs. I use Office on my other computer, but I was just finding that I wasn't using my laptop as a laptop because I have to unplug it and all that kind of stuff, and you know, it's just a hassle. So I decided to get a netbook. So, like I said, it's by Lenovo. I'm super happy with it. Like I said, I had the other thing probably like 4 days, and I was like, no, it's going back. And I got it at Best Buy, and they did not even ask me why I was trading it. So that was very nice of them. They have a 14-day return guarantee that if you don't like it, you can return it within 14 days. So anyway, that is it. Don't forget, in the Ravelry group, we have a prayer request thread. Even unspoken prayer requests are okay. And don't forget to enter your fitness in the fitness thread. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to see Pumpkin because he did not come back up here. He knows he's going to get grabbed and cuddled and stuff like that. Not that he hates it, but you know, cats are cats. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and thank you for listening to me ramble. If you're a new viewer, I really do hope that you will come back next time. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Keep on crafting. Bye.